Hi, welcome. Hey, while I give you my quick story, this is only going to take about 20 minutes. I'm going to ask you to get a pen and paper so that we can give you some things to write down so that you can do your own research and you don't have to take my word for what I'm about to tell you. This is extremely exciting stuff, and you're going to be thanking us after this call and after you do your research that whoever invited you cared enough about you to tell you about something that really, for me personally and a lot of other people, has revolutionized the way that they not only take their health into consideration, but also the way that they age. And I'm going to go ahead and start just giving you a little update on who I am, so I'm not just some bobbling head here, and hopefully you grabbed your pen and paper. So my name is Daisy Shane Goodwin, and I'm calling in from the North Shore of Kauai. This is our amazing bus house that we have spent years creating for a long time. I thought it was just going to be nil, that we weren't going to be able to finish it because we were in a financial crisis. I'll go into that in a second. But now, as you can see, I'll show you while you tune in, we have an awesome space. There's a bus right there. It's pretty awesome. I'm proud of it, as you can see. So anyways, my story goes that I was a professional athlete for most of my life, my husband as well. And we had a great life, but unfortunately, no matter how fun it is, you do have a shelf life. And what happened to us was in 2008, after we had just purchased our dream land, our dream property here on Kauai, and had a baby, the economy went south, as a lot of you know, and our income was cut in half. Now, I don't know what happened for you, but for us, that looked extremely scary. We put every single penny that we had into a little restaurant cafe, tried to open a small business, and failed miserably. There wasn't enough people coming here and eating good, healthy food. So unfortunately, we had to close the doors, lost everything, and went into survival mode. Now, what I learned in survival mode is that money doesn't rule you until you have none. And it was a really hard time for us. I waitressed, I cleaned houses, I did whatever I could to make the ends meet. But unfortunately, there was always too much month at the end of the money. The worst part about it, I think, was that I just couldn't be present with our kids. I was so stressed out every time I opened a bill because we couldn't pay the minimum payment. And it was just a really hard time. And if you've been in it before, then you understand. Now, what happened to us was we were able to go and do a fun movie and go across the world and live in this facade. But the reality was when it ended, we didn't get paid much, and we had to come back to our reality of an astronomical amount of debt, and also the stress of renting our house out so that vacationers could pay our mortgage. We lived with our in-laws. We shared a car. It was rough. It was really rough. Then a dear friend of ours came to us and said, hey, you got to watch this video. Now, I don't know about you, but network marketing has always freaked me out. I've never wanted to do it. I've always been skeptical. I've never knew anyone that made any money. And even more than that, any products that were related, I didn't want anything to do with them. Now that I've been in a network marketing company and been successful and have a team that's successful, I realized that I was just extremely ignorant to what it can do. When I started to research, I found out that network marketing is a $240 billion industry, that most of the money is paid out to normal people, school teachers, waitresses, dads, moms, people that just want to make a little extra to make their life a little more comfortable. I also realized, this was the big one for me, is that I network market every day. And actually, so do you. Think of the last time you had a really good sandwich at a deli, or maybe you had an amazing meal, or even saw a great movie. Did you get a free movie stub or a free sandwich when you told all your friends about the places or the movie? No. All of a sudden, I realized that I was doing exactly what these companies were, where you're cutting out the middleman and you're using the most powerful word of mouth marketing. That is the most powerful way to advertise, and it always has been, is word of mouth, because you trust your friends and you trust your family. Now, the first thing I'm going to have you write down is abcnewsreport.com. This is what first got my attention. When I finally did sit down and watch the video that my friend wanted me to watch, it was about 5 to 6 minutes, and my mind was blown. Mostly because this company has been saying something that medically has never been possible. And that is, when you take one of our products, protandim, your oxidative stress, which is the leader in almost every single disease, oxidative stress, remember that. All it is the oxidation or the rusting of our cells. And as we get older, it's inevitable. Doesn't matter how many cleanses you do, how much water you drink, how much exercise you do, you are oxidating and your cells need help. So what they were saying was that oxidative stress, is the worst thing that our body can handle. It's inevitable, but that protandim was eliminating it by an average of 40% in 30 days. Now, for me, I didn't really understand that, but now that I know more and I've done my research, that is crazy. Because there's nothing, especially in the pharmaceutical world, that has been able to pull that off. Now, why you're going to go and watch this video is because these guys were just as skeptical as I was, and they wanted to go in and create some ratings. They wanted to create some drama. And all they found when they went in to become guinea pigs is that their oxidative stress had also been dramatically lowered. When they did the test, they cannot tell or distinguish an 80-year-old's blood from a 20-year-old's blood. Now, I don't know if you understand how big and crazy that is, but that is nuts. And what they're saying is that as we get older, our cells, like I said, they oxidate. But because of these 5 herbs and the synergy that happened when this Elliott Crescent Award winner, if you don't know what that is, go do some research on what an Elliott Crescent Award is. Our formulator was the last recipient. It's crazy. Someone that could change a century. But what he found was when he was able to bring these 5 herbs together at a certain proportion, there was a synergistic effect. And basically what happened was our bodies had their switch flipped on where they could actually make antioxidants instead of us taking them. Now, I don't know if you get that, but that is a gigantic deal. So, I was interested. It turned my head because I've always been into health and wellness. I've always been super interested in that. So I said, I'm going to take a look at this. I wouldn't try the product then because I was so skeptical on the model, the business model. But what really got my attention was when I handed it out to my dad, who's the most unhealthy person that I've ever known. Love you, Dad, but you are. Eats, fast food, smokes Camel non-filters, takes 20 Advil a day. He's not the healthiest person. I also gave it to my husband, who is battling an ailment that only a risky surgery could help, that we decided not to do. I also gave it to my girlfriend that was battling hardcore depression. Now, we can't say that these products can change or mediate or cure any disease. But what I'll tell you is all 3 people called me back. My husband I lived with, so I saw it firsthand. They all wanted more. They all said that they felt better. They were sleeping better, less aches and pains. My dad's been on it now for about 5 years, doesn't take Advil hardly at all. It's a miracle. So that got my attention. And what got my attention more was that the business attached, I better take a look at. Because if people get to the bottom of their bottle and they want more, that, my friends, is good business. And what I liked is that I didn't have to do all of the research. When you write the abcnewsreport.com, also write down PubMed, PUBMED.gov. Now, this is intense and amazing and beyond incredible because I am not a salesperson. I'd never done network marketing before. But my friends that are really into science, doctors, veterinarians, I have a lot of very smart friends, is that they could go and do their own research on this the National Institute of Health website, PubMed.gov. And they could go in and type in the search bar any ailment and oxidative stress. And you can see there are so many links. Basically, everything is linked to oxidative stress. And if we are the only patented product that can say that we alleviate it by an average of 40% in 30 days, that's a big deal. What also got my attention was that there are over 24 peer-reviewed research studies on this product, protandim. That is a very, very, very big deal. Independently done. So after that ABC primetime aired in 2005, all of these universities said, wait a second. If this guy is right, this is a huge medical breakthrough. So they went and did their own research, and that's what you're going to see when you look up the peer-reviewed research on that National Institute of Health. Just type in protandim in the search bar, and you'll see all the studies from Harvard, Texas Tech, Louisiana State. And what's neat is that they all did their own research on different ailments. Like Louisiana State, they did their research on skin cancer and oxidative stress. And because they saw that it was breaking the link in the chain, they came to our company and said, can you please do a face product, a lotion that will go from the inside out, protandim works from the outside in, to alleviate things that cause skin cancer. So we have an amazing skin system that goes down 4 levels to the dermis level and rebuilds it. I love that because I can talk about skin to my friends, right? There's a sister product called Nerf One, which rebuilds the mitochondria. They're finding now that if the mitochondria is strong, cancer and other ailments cannot survive. We have an energy drink that is unbelievable because it's not an energy drink. It's brain food. It actually removes the brain fog, gives you laser focus. So kids can drink it. They're seeing amazing results with ADHD and autism. So that's why I decided to say yes 5 years ago, is because these products, there's only a handful, are changing the way that not only we age, but that the way that we can stay healthy. Remember, our bodies are the miracle, but if we can have some things to help it do what it's supposed to do, that's amazing. And I got that. And like I said, with my 3 guinea pigs, my dad, my sister, not my sister, she tried later and loves it. My dad, my friend with the depression, they all wanted more. Now these people will not do a cleanse. I can't get my husband to drink more water. I can't get my husband to work out. My dad will never eat a salad, but people will take a pill. So all of a sudden, 5 years ago, I realized that my ignorance was going to cause me to have a life of survival mode. And I realized that by me saying yes and not being attached to what people think, if they want it or if they don't, then I could maybe have a profound effect in the way that my friends and their friends and their friends get sick. And so I said yes. And I realized that I'm going to follow the system that this company has, and I'm just going to see how it goes. And it's been 5 years, and I can say that we are out of survival mode. And because I dug my well before it was dry 2 years ago when I got pregnant and was set on bed rest for 5 months, and then had a baby and was able to be with my baby, I was able to do that. I wasn't stressed out about the bills. Our bills were paid now before they come. This is what is possible with a network marketing company that pays well. Now, I'm going to talk about the compensation plan really quick before we get off. I do want to, really respect your time. I'm super busy too. I love what someone told me. If you want something done, you give it to a busy person. So that's probably most of you on here. We're all busy, right? So the compensation plan, why it's important is because in 2005, they went on that show, they aired, all these orders came in. These scientists didn't have the infrastructure to handle the demand. And even though they were on shelves doing retail, no one knew what it was. No one bought the product. So they hired people in 2009 that had rocked network marketing businesses before. And they said, what do? We want this. We're saying yes to network marketing. We've had some people give us advice to do it. Can you help us? And in this round table in San Diego in 2009, these network marketing bigwigs said, you have no money to pay us. You barely have any product. But if we can write your compensation plan so the people win, so that you and me, people that have never done this, people that aren't salespeople, people that have no time, but people that can be consistent with nooks and crannies, consistent in following a system, can win. So guess what? Not only am I winning, but I have a huge team of people that are winning. And why this compensation plan is huge, I'm going to give you a couple examples of the compensation plan, but then there's more. So please either get back with me or whoever invited you so that we can explain. Because I'm telling you, in 2 years, you're going to remember this Zoom, and you're going to remember that I told you this or someone else told you this, and all of a sudden your neighbors and their neighbors are going to be on the product. That's just how it is. It's affordable, And like I said, people will take a pill to feel better. Now, the first thing that I loved about this was that you get paid 40% of whatever you bring in next Friday. I loved that because, like I said, I couldn't afford organic groceries for my kids. I remember going and getting a safety check and them telling me I needed new tires for my car, and, you know, it welling up inside of me and it's holding back the tears because we didn't have $300 back then and our credit cards were maxed out. But because of this company and because I told some people about the product and it started to add up in my little account, I was able to swipe the card that day and get new tires. And that's when I realized that I needed to talk about the business. So you get paid 40% of whatever you bring in next Friday. That's a big deal. Then what happens is they go into your bank of people, and that grows and grows and grows and grows the longer you stay in, the longer you're consistent, and the more that you care about others enough to tell them about this. Don't be attached. Some will take the product, some will do the business. Now, what I love is that there's this thing called the matching bonus. Now, think about when you train someone at work. You don't get anything from the people that you train, but not here. I sign up Jen. I'm going to get 10% of Jen's paycheck for the rest of her existence in LifeVantage. That is huge. And whoever I sign up, I'm going to get 10% of their paycheck. I'm then going to get 5% of whoever Jen signs up and the other people, 5% another level, 5% two more levels down. This is a gigantic chunk of my income every month. And the best part about it is that we are a team. We are a tribe of people that help everyone along the way. We don't just sign you up and ditch you. You become part of our team, part of our ohana, as we say in Hawaii, and we all help each other. That rising tide raises all the ships. And because of the matching bonus, it's a beautiful thing. Then I'm going to talk about one more and then we're going to go. The elite bonus. Now, when I found out about this, I pretty much fell off my chair. I just couldn't believe that this was something that was real. How it works is when you become an elite distributor, this company goes Pro 1 to Pro 10. And when you're a Pro 7, which is the first of the elite ranks, you share in everything sold in the world. Now, right now, we're in only a handful of countries, 2 handfuls of countries. But what happens is as we grow, that profit share gets bigger and bigger and bigger. As a Pro 8, which I am right now, you share in 2% of everything sold in the world. Pro 9's profit share in 3%, and Pro 10's, which there really are just a handful because we are so young and the timing couldn't be better, is 4% that they share in every month that is attached to their residual income check. Now, if you have something like this going on, you don't need to look at this, but I'll tell you what, chances are you don't. Chances are that you you're working, you're trading time for dollars, and that's what we have been taught as a society. You trade time for dollars. But when I looked at this and I realized that I could do the work once and get paid over and over again, that I could let this company and this business and everybody work together so that everyone wins, not just me, I was all in. And that was a little over 5 years ago, and our life is drastically different. Now, you may not want to make 5 figures a month like I'm making, but you may want to make $500 or $1,000 a month. And that's what's so amazing, is that's what's possible. I got in this to make $500 extra a month, $1,000, so that I could, like I said, not coupon cut anymore. And I could maybe save a little so that maybe, just maybe, we could go on vacation as a family once a year. But what happens with this, because the research is there, the real science, and because people want to feel better, look better, the thing starts to grow without you. So listen, if you have looked at network marketing and you're not attracted to it, I get it. I was there. I was so skeptical. If you don't think you're a salesperson, me either. If you don't have time, me either. But if you do want to not be where you are in 2 to 5 years, if you're willing to learn a new trade and just fit it in while you're driving to work or fit it in before you go to sleep, definitely look at this. This is one of those things that can drastically change your life, as it did my and my family and a ton of people on my team. This is the real deal. And you'll see, go and do your research, pubmed.gov, type in any ailment you can think of in that search bar and oxidative stress. Type in protandim so you can see the peer-reviewed research studies that we have on our flagship product. And then go and watch that abcnewsreport.com. Go and watch that. And if you care about health, if you care about others, and if you care about your future, and to be able to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, this is probably for you. So definitely get back to whoever invited you, let them know what you're thinking, and we'll talk soon. Okay, everybody? Hope everyone's well. Have a great, great week. Bye.